asked for a refund of the prepaid tuition for the rest of the school year. That was about $700. Leaderboard offered $94. In an email, it told the Quos, per the terms, registration and annual material fees are non-refundable fees. That's when the family turned to us. Leaderboard declined to talk with us, but the owners did give the Quos a refund for the full semester, $1,005. From daycares to gyms to special events, you could find yourself unable to use something you paid for in advance now. Whether you get a refund might hinge on the contract you signed. So read it, look for exclusions, and the word pandemic. Even if you find an exclusion, consider starting a conversation with the company. They might be willing to bend and give you a refund or a credit. Share your consumer complaints at NBCBayArea.com. Just tap Responds in the main menu or call us 888-996-TIPS.
A very good morning to you. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Laura Garcia. Marcus, Washington has the day off. Here's the very latest on the coronavirus pandemic. The massive stimulus bill stuck in the Senate as Republicans and Democrats clash. But there is a vote scheduled for today. In the meantime, Ohio and Louisiana join California and 8 other states ordering people to stay home. Back home, a San Francisco sheriff's deputy working for the county jail tested positive, and 2 more deaths are reported in Santa Clara County, bringing the total to 10. The total number of cases in the Bay Area of the coronavirus, COVID-19, is now more than 775. Live team coverage on that coming up in just moments. But first, let's get a check of your Monday morning forecast with meteorologist Carrie Hall. Good morning.
Good morning, Laura. So we are going to see still some rain chances in the forecast for today. And as we go into the rest of the afternoon, some pop-up showers still possible. As we get a look at our temperature trend in Martinez, expected to start out at about 50 degrees and then reach into the low 60s going into the rest of today. So as we look at what's going on here, much cooler temperatures for the Bay Area due to a cold front that will be sweeping through. I'll have more on that as well as the rest of the forecast coming up. And Mike, you've been tracking the roads. What's going on out there?
You know, we're going at speed, basically around the bay. A smooth drive as we look at the big view of the bay. The highways are not impacted by anything major. A flat tire being repaired as you head past College Avenue on 24 is the only thing marked on the map. I do have an issue, though, to talk about near the Dublin interchange. Laura will talk more about that in the next report.
Thank you very much, Mike. We will check back with you. 6:01 right now. We continue our team coverage of the coronavirus pandemic from the Bay Area to Washington. We want to start out with Today in the Bay's Tracy Potts. She's live in Washington with a look at the action that lawmakers are taking. Tracy?
Well, lawmakers have yet to take any action, but they're working on it. The Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer was on the phone around midnight twice, we're told, with the Treasury Secretary trying to figure out if they can get this money into the hands of workers, this $1 trillion bill. But let's start with President Trump, who has said he is sending help to California and other hot spots around the country. A Navy ship headed to California to help relieve hospitals, hundreds of thousands of pieces of needed equipment, but governors say it is still not enough. While Capitol Hill tries to figure out how do you get that $1 trillion into the hands of workers? Should it be small business loans, direct payments? That is what they're trying to work out. There was a failed vote over the weekend, another one planned for this afternoon.
Large corporate bailout with no protections for workers and virtually no oversight.
Our nation cannot afford the game of chicken. This is, Mr. President, a national emergency, not a partisan opportunity.
Now, the package they're working on would total over $1 trillion. Some call it a bailout, some call it help for workers. They're still trying to work out the details. It would include tax cuts, small business assistance for all those small businesses that have had to shut down and aren't getting any foot traffic, checks sent directly to Americans. On average, the Treasury Secretary says a family of 4 can look for about $3,000 next month if they can work this out. Laura?
All right, we're certainly following that. Everybody wants to know how it'll end. Thank you very much. 6:03 right now. The National Guard now says even though troops will be paid by the federal government, that does not mean they are under federal orders. They remain under state control. While troops can perform law enforcement duties, they